Corey Poirier here, award-winning professional speaker and international best-selling author. So I've been getting these same common questions about the speaking industry over and over again. As somebody who's been in the trenches now 15 years, after talks, whether it's after I get off the stage or emails or social media questions that I get after the fact, people ask me things like, how can I get paid as a professional speaker? How can I get booked with the right clients? How can I get these high fees that I keep hearing about that speakers get? Or how can I share my message and impact a lot of people? How can I bring my message to a bigger audience? And then one of my favorite questions is for entrepreneurs and business owners who say, you know what, Corey, I'm not as concerned about the speaking fees, but how can I share my message with an audience to grow my business and my brand from the stage? So these are some of the common questions that I get asked regularly, and after 15 years of being in the trenches and getting these questions, and after years of being actually taking the time to interview some of the world's top influential leaders to the tune of about 3,500 now, I finally decided I'm ready to start sharing these answers. So we put together this 4-part video series for you. It's packed with amazing content, exclusive, what I'm going to call secrets of the trade, these things that can transform your life and maybe take things to a whole other level if the speaking industry is something that interests you. So we decided to put this together to help make this all possible and finally start giving you some big answers to these big questions that I keep getting. But before I take you to Miami, where I'm going to cover the meat of the training and I'm going to give you some insights like the spider method, which I'm not going to tease it any more than that. I'm just going to say you got to check out the video to see what the spider method is. And we're also going to talk about how you can get a lot of testimonials really efficiently and how you can get some leads early and really efficiently as well. But before we go off to Miami, I wanted to tell you and tease you a little bit about video number 2. I wanted to tell you I'm going to be taking you in that video to Saskatchewan in Canada and Edmonton. I actually might even take you to the West Edmonton Mall. And in that video, I'm going to actually, with the training, I'm going to talk about how can you become the go-to expert, the authority of your, whether it's in your industry or as a speaker in general. And then I'm also going to teach you how you can offer some unique value adds to your clients that they're probably not going to see from a lot of other speakers. But before we go there and get there, I want to take you to Miami. Hey everybody, it's Corey Poirier coming at you live from Key West, Florida. I promised that I would check back in and I would share a strategy I use to gather more leads from my very first talks or early talks, or any talks in fact, to get people signed up to our newsletter and also to gather testimonials from our very first talks. So what that strategy is, it's pretty simple, but it's not basic. It took me a long time to craft it. Essentially what it is, I have this evaluation form, and on the form I ask for these 3 things. So it's a short evaluation form, but 3 crucial things as I ask people, do you know somebody else that could use a similar presentation? I ask, can we use your testimonials in conjunction with our services? And I actually ask them, what is your thoughts of the presentation? So they're providing a testimonial. And then finally, I ask, can we add you to our newsletter so that we can continue to share our message with you? And what happens is, if you do it right, you'll get 90 to 95% of the people that are in the room, the attendees will actually pass in the forms. That's a big thing. And I'll talk to you about how you can do that later in the program. We also have people that start sharing leads with us right away, even if it's my very first talk, it happened, and of course, even if you've been doing this for years. So this is a great strategy if you craft this evaluation form. Of course, in the program itself, I'll share my evaluation form with you, but I'll also actually give you a copy of it, so you can copy it if you want and start using it and even adjust it as you need. But until that time, if nothing else, I hope you make sure to craft an evaluation form. You make sure to hand it out at the end of your talks, and on that evaluation form, you ask for those 3 things. You ask if they know of somebody that can use a similar presentation, you ask for testimonials and if you can use them, and you ask if you can add them to your newsletter. And I think what you'll find will happen is that as a result of this, you'll start finding more leads than you ever thought possible or you ever would have if you didn't have that evaluation form. So craft your evaluation form, make sure to hand it out after your talks, and I think this will take you a lot further. Welcome back everybody, and so thank you so much for watching that tip from Key West about the evaluation forms. I wanted to actually dive into that for another second before I jump into the spider method that I've been teasing so much. So when I talk about the evaluation forms, I talked about the power of having an evaluation form, whether it's your first talk or your next talk, to be able to gain a lot of testimonials from one specific talk as long as you pick and choose the correct talk to hand out your evaluation forms at. So for example, a chamber or a rotary or something like that, where you have a lot of businesses in the room. So now you get a bunch of testimonials from a bunch of different clients. Well, you're going to get asked a lot for testimonials, so the more you have right from the jump, the better. So if you can use this evaluation form to gather some of those, that's a bonus. But I want to go one step further, because the second thing you're going to get asked for a lot is video, so somebody can see you live in action. So the other great thing is if you do that talk, a rotary, a chamber, what have you, and you get the evaluation form filled out, why not get somebody to film that talk as well? And now all of a sudden, from that one little talk, you actually have footage you can use in the way of a video and testimonials you can use as well. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed that tip, and here comes the spider method. So this spider method that I've been talking about and teasing, I thought I'll finally reveal what this whole spider method is. And the backstory is it comes from my stand-up comedy background. You know, you come up with an idea, a theme, let's say pets, and you want to talk about different things around pets, and so you need a creative way to come up with different, I'm going to say, branches off of that one central theme. So I thought, why don't I use this, and why can't I take this into the world of speaking? So I'm trying to come up with, let's say, a theme for a talk. Maybe I want to customize the talk. Why can't I use my spider method as a way to do that? So how it works essentially is you have your main core spider, and then you build legs off your spider, and that's sort of the ideas you come up with. So in the speaking industry, we're always trying to use 3 main points. So for example, let's say you're doing a talk for Tourism Florida. Let's use that as an example. So what you would do with your spider is you would actually use the body of your spider. So in this case, Tourism Florida, you might put an F in the center, because that's going to be the body of your spider. And then what you would want to do is, let's just say for argument's sake that your talk to Tourism Florida is around customer service. So what you can do is, let's say you wanted to talk about customer service systems. So if it were me, I've had a great customer service experience and systems from Disney. I lost my keys and I lost my car, 2 separate occasions. That's all on me. But Disney has a great system for helping you find both. And so less than an hour in each case, I was able to find my keys in a place as big as downtown Disney and find my car in the parking lots in Disney land, where they have, you know, thousands of cars. So they have a great system that allows that to happen. I won't bore you with the details of the system, but it's amazing. So then let's say I wanted to talk about good customer service experiences. So I'm going to put H in the center in this case, because at our hotel that we were staying at, they actually gave us great ideas of a couple of adventures we could go on, and they turned out to be some of the greatest adventures we've ever experienced. So it was a great customer service experience, because they asked us where we were going and what kind of adventure we were looking for, and they were able to then deliver an amazing customer service experience. So then finally, let's say that I want to talk about a bad customer service experience. Well, we were actually, when we arrived in Orlando, we actually had a bad experience with our rental car company. So I put a T in the center. I'll let you guess the rental car company if you can. But the point is all of a sudden, from this one idea, this central theme of Florida, now I've been able to come up with 3 different separate ideas that I could use around customer service. So a good experience, a bad experience, and a system. And I happen to have the stories here, but if nothing else, this might trigger ideas for you, whether it triggers a story or just ideas. The greatest thing too is, let's say in Disney you want to talk about more than that. Well, you could build another leg, and you could build more points off of this central leg here. So that's how the spider method works. Now you might also be wondering if you should use a pen to paper and do it. Well, the great news is we've decided to take this one that we've been using here and provide a template built around this actual spider method. So it's going to be just like this, but it's going to be actually a formalized template. And then we're providing you with a blank template, so that way you can have your own, and you can copy them or what have you, and build your own presentations, whether custom or your presentation from scratch, using your own template that you'll get for free, simply because you tuned in to watch this free video training series. I hope you enjoy so far the tips we gave you today. So that first tip, of course, about the evaluation forms and all the things you can use that for, and of course even filming that first talk or the next talk you do, so that you have more video to show clients, and then now the spider method to help you develop customized and personalized presentations from scratch. Until next time, I'm Corey Poirier, and again, I hope you enjoyed today's training. Now don't forget, we have video 2 coming up from Saskatchewan in Canada and Edmonton in Canada, where we're going to talk about how to become an authority and how to set yourself apart from other speakers when it comes to your proposals and in general, to give some value adds that other speakers might not be offering. Until that time though, I'd love to see you go and make some comments below and start some activity and chatting, so we can get engaged during this whole process. Let us know what you think, let us know what you're enjoying, let us know what you want us to add in. Thank you guys so much, and now here's Shelly with your homework for the day.
I'm actually going to do the homework with you along this video training series. I've been working closely with Corey, and I would love to launch a speaking career myself, and I definitely do believe that I have a story that I would like to share. For me right now, today, I struggle with keeping a balance in my life. And it's something that I know I need to keep, but it's something that I struggle with. So, I've learned a lot of techniques, and some days I put them to use and some days I don't. But for today, using the spider, my main topic inside the spider body is going to be balance. And off of this, I every day need to put a little bit of physical activity. So I'm going to put a P up here for physical activity. So that could be doing yoga or meditation, but I need to have some physical activity. So another one that's going to bring balance into my life is going to be social. So I need a little bit of social time and a little bit of fun with my friends and time to get out of the house. Another one is going to be spirituality. So that is different for everyone, but it is something that is very important to me and I need to have. So another way that I need to bring balance into my life is incorporating a little bit of mental work. So this could be, actually, I shouldn't say work. It's not work. But I need to have a little bit of meditation. I need time to get it in my head, and I also need time alone to learn. Learning to me is so important, and right here at this moment, I am learning. Because I just learned how to do a spider. Once you're done putting together a spider, we want to see it. We want to hear about it. We want to know what you think about it. Do you like it? Was it easy? Was it hard? Do you need any help putting one together yourself? At the end of the video is our email, and we would love to hear from you and get engaged with us so we can get engaged with you and we can reach out to you once we get that email. Or if you want to leave some comments below, leave them right below and we are going to read them. We are going to get engaged with you. So right now, it's time to get to work. How can I connect emotionally with my audience?